As a runner, you've likely been told that you need to activate your glutes. First of all, what does that even mean? And second of all, there are tons of exercises online. How are you even going to choose the one that's the best? You want to be running, you don't want to waste time on exercises that don't work, so that's exactly why I'm going to get you to stop doing clamshells, stop doing bridges, and I'm going to show you the 4 best exercises proven by research to activate your glutes the best so you can run your best. Let's dive into the drills. This first drill I'm going to show you is the #1 proven drill to activate your gluteus maximus, your big butt muscle, your powerful butt muscle. If you want to be a powerful runner, you have to get your glutes active. You have to tell your brain how to turn on that muscle. And that means you have to do the right drills in the right ways. And that's exactly where we're going to start with the #1 drill to activate your glutes, which is a front plank with hip extension. This is how it looks. All right, for this drill, you're going to get yourself into a front plank, preferably on your elbows to start. It's the easiest place. From there, what you're going to do, you're going to lift. You're going to be on your knees. You're going to lift one leg up off the ground into a hip extension position. You want to avoid bringing your knee out to the side. You want to go straight back up, and you want to hold your abdominal muscles tight so you don't arch your back. From there, you're just going to hold that position 30 seconds to a minute. That's right, 30 seconds to a minute to flood your brain with the activation signal from your glute. Here it is on the other side. If you just do repetitions, it's not enough signal to your brain to know how to turn on that pathway. So you want to hold that position in order to build your glute activation. If the plank itself is too challenging, you can do it on all fours, on your knees and hands. Same mechanics. Abdominal muscles are tight. You're going to be on one leg, on your knee, and you're going to drive your other leg behind you, making sure your knee doesn't flail out, but goes right back behind you. If you push up too high, you will arch your back. So only go as far as you can where you feel your hamstring and glute activate without arching your back. This is a modified version that can work equally as well at activating your gluteus maximus. An important aspect to remember of the last drill is you can do it with or without a band. Without a band is a great place to start as an initial entry into the drill to make sure you can activate your glutes without as much resistance. As you get better at it and you can really feel your glute contraction, feel free to increase the tension of that band, add 2 bands to further activate your muscles. Remember, the more signal, the more stimulus, the harder you can make the drill, the more likely your brain is to respond to actually turn on the muscle. This is a key portion of activation. It's not about strength training yet. It's just about getting the muscle to turn on. Let's move on to the second most effective gluteus maximus activation drill. This is going to be done in a side plank, but with a little twist. That twist is the key. Most runners miss this as part of the activation drill. So let's make sure you get that piece right as we hop into the next drill so you can get the most value out of that exercise. All right, it's likely you've done a version of a side lying abduction before. This type of leg raise exercise. Maybe you've done it with a band, maybe you've done repetitions. That drill's okay, but we're gonna kick it up a notch because this is what research shows is the best way to do this drill. You're gonna come into a half side plank, meaning your elbow and your knee are gonna be in the same line. Your knees are going to be bent to 90 degrees and you're going to lift your hips directly up off the ground. Now this is where it gets interesting. Now you're going to extend this leg till your leg is fully locked straight. You're going to lift it up and slightly behind you. You should feel your glute, your top glute activate and your bottom glute. And this is the key. This is the hard part of the drill. You want to lift up and make sure that this leg is above the horizon. So if my hip is a flat surface and you extend it across, you want the leg to go above that point. That's where the difficulty comes in. You want to hold this 30 seconds to a minute, and you want to do it on both sides, 2 to 3 repetitions. The side plank abduction by itself can be a killer, so you don't even need a band to start. If you're a runner looking for a challenge though, add a band to give yourself that next step. Additionally, if you want to go one step further, you can do the same drill, but instead of being on your knees, you can be on your feet and make more of a starfish movement. That can be a progression of the drill. Okay, let's go on to the third most effective glute max activation drill. This is a common drill, and you probably won't even recognize that this is a glute max drill, but if done right, you're going to get the highest value out of the drill. It's a single leg squat, which, remember, as a runner, your sport is done single leg all the time. There's never a moment when you're on two legs. So practicing the exact movement you're going to use while running is one of the best ways to activate your glute. Here's how it looks. For the single leg squat drill, you're going to be on one leg. And what you're going to do, I like to do hands on hips. And here's the reason why. Oftentimes when runners do this drill, one of the common mistakes is they will drop the opposite side of their pelvis. When you do that, you shut off your other glute muscle, your gluteus medius, your side butt muscle. So to kill two birds with one stone, you want to have hands on hips, level your pelvis, so it's nice and even, keep it even throughout the whole drill, and then perform a single leg squat. You want to bring your butt back into a hip hinge, chest over your knee, and then drive all the way up and press your butt forward at the top and squeeze your glute. Again, here it is from the front. You want to make sure your knee doesn't come in or go too far out. You want to keep your big toe flat on the ground and come down into the squat, pelvis level, don't let it drop. Hold 1, 2, and drive up. Here's the side view. So hip hinge is butt back, chest forward, drive up, and then squeeze here, squeeze the glute forward. Hip hinge back. You want to do 10 to 15 repetitions or until you fatigue. If you want some added challenge, add a backpack with weight, hold a dumbbell or a kettlebell to give your glute a harder challenge to further activate your glute muscle. Hey runners, if you're finding value from these drills, go ahead and drop a comment below. In fact, if you have a glute activation drill that you love, comment and let me know about it. All right, let's get to the fourth best glute activation drill. This is one of my favorites. It's a running specific drill. You can do it with a band, you can do it without a band, you can do it as a warm-up. It is a great running specific drill. Let's dive into it. This final drill is called a standing fire hydrant. You're going to stand on one leg, foot facing forward, knee facing over your toes. You're going to make sure your hips are forward, not rotated back, but facing forward. You're going to hip hinge, and then you're going to drive this leg back and diagonal without rotating your hips. You want to keep it pointing straight ahead. And you want to hold that position. Again, this looks like you're running, correct? This is why it's such a valuable drill. The other reason why it's a valuable drill is when you do it, you're bringing your hip into extension, a movement of the glute max, external rotation, another fiber of the glute max, and abduction, or moving away from your body. These are the three primary movements of the glutes. So moving in this diagonal direction gets your whole muscle activated while also activating your stance glute, both vital for good running form and to avoid injury. With these guys, you want to hold it 30 seconds to a minute, 3 to 4 repetitions on each side. All right, runners, those are the 4 best research-backed glute activation drills that you can do to decrease injury and improve your running form. I didn't just pull these out of a hat. These are studied, researched drills. So if you're looking for the best value for your time, those are the 4 drills that you're going to want to do. Hey guys, on the screen here you'll see 2 additional videos you can do for running specific glute strengthening that is the ideal next step after you activate your glute. Hey guys, I'd love if you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get more of my videos, and until next time, train smarter and perform better.